Tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. A seed planted today takes root and grows into a tree that bears fruit in the future. Over 110 years ago, a seed was planted. Today, that seed, the idea of excellence, has grown into the University of Pretoria, South Africa's largest contact research-intensive university. 9 faculties and a business school are spread across 7 beautiful campuses, which are home to over 50,000 students, ready to make an impact in the world beyond university and join our global network of nearly 300,000 alumni. Future-focused, sustainably developed facilities and cutting-edge multi- and transdisciplinary research are underpinned by a desire to transform lives and have a positive impact on communities and the world. Excellence in teaching, learning, research innovation, arts and culture, and sports puts us firmly amongst the world's best universities. Knowledge is not just what is in books. It is the wisdom to apply it, to nourish and nurture the seed so that it takes root, grows tall, bears fruit, and branches out. UP plants that seed, that tiny bit of curiosity, creativity, critical thinking, hope, the desire to care, respect, help, and innovate against all odds, to grow, to leave your mark, to excel, to challenge the norm, to think, to rethink, to discover, to inquire, to lead, to have courage, to make a difference, and to persevere. This is the University of Pretoria. We make today and every day matter.
In the words of Professor Lumumba, a 2022 African Genius Awards nominee.
We are talking about robotics. We are talking about the Internet of Things. We are saying that Africa must now find her pride of place in those areas.
The African Genius Awards, the search and the reward for Africans who are working to advance our competitiveness, our problem-solving skills, and our self-love. African geniuses are coming home.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2022 African Genius Awards. A special welcome to all our esteemed guests, partners, official delegates, and geniuses who are receiving awards tonight. I'm Bongani Bingwa, and I'm honored to be your MC this evening. Tonight, we're at the Future Africa Institute and campus at the University of Pretoria. This campus is a transdisciplinary research hub that aims to become a pan-African space for thinking, research, and learning to tackle seemingly intractable, complex, complicated, and intersectional continental problems. This is the second year we are hosting the African Genius Awards. The University of Pretoria is home to the largest number of staff members with PhDs, the research degree which enables higher levels of research achievement. UP strives to be a future-focused university, not to push their international ranking, but to help transform our country, our continent, and the world with high-impact research and innovations. So these awards give us an opportunity to reflect on the milestones that have been achieved by geniuses that create solutions on the African continent and beyond. The continent needs good leaders who are well educated and well skilled with foresight and wisdom in every sector. We also need strong institutions that can anchor sustainable democratic futures, inclusive economic development, and social progress. So tonight, we celebrate African men and women who have made a positive contribution to society. These individuals, in their own special way, through commitment and action, have demonstrated self-love, global competitiveness, and solved problems in society. Africa needs to be a knowledge-based economy so that its people find solutions to its own problems instead of looking to the north. So please remember to engage with us on social media using our official hashtags. Hashtag African Genius 2022 and hashtag African Geniuses Coming Home. I would now like to introduce our speakers for this evening. Dr. Sfiso Falala, Dr. Pulane Bulukwane, Dr. Niraj Mistry, and Dr. Rosé Ifedi. I would now like to invite Dr. Sfiso Falala to give us some insight about what motivated the creation of the African Genius Awards and to highlight why partnerships such as these are crucial for our continent.
The Vice-Chancellor and Principal of the University of Pretoria, Professor Kupe, to Dr. Niraj Mistry, the Future Africa Deputy Director, the entire fabric of this great institution, the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Johannesburg, Professor Marwala, and your entire constellation of academic staff, administrative staff, and students, to the African Dream and Abu Bakar Jallo in Sierra Leone, and to Demba Diath in the United States, to the Gordon Institute of Business Science, to Prime Media and Talk Radio 702, to the Charlotte Manya Matlege Institute, to Project Ndimple, to the directors of Priority Performance Projects, and to our esteemed judges, to Plus 94 Research, and to its staff, and to everyone in attendance right now. Thank you. Please permit me to speak in layman terms about why the African Genius Awards should be of concern to you and why they are of concern to us. You probably have gotten tired of hearing about Africa being a developing continent for centuries, and yet all we seem to have developed in that time is more unemployment, more corruption, more social unrest, more attacks on human rights, and contentious elections, despite fighting for the right to have elections. We have lost our independence as a continent to fully satisfy the needs of all of our people, the independence to run our own affairs, exploit our own resources for a scalable profit, and the independence to determine our own price and set an entirely new set of benchmarks. This is largely due to early life education that prepares us to solve problems we will have after we have solved the ones that we have now. But our early life education has not prepared us to solve our current problems, which makes its objective seem to be what it is now achieving, which is sustaining our global subservience. A time has come to question whether we are not educated in early life to simply follow instructions blindly, where we should be creating instructions of our own. To seek employment where we should be offering it. Allow me to propose a new term of the type of education we need, the type of skill and empowerment that our African geniuses should demonstrate. The term I'm introducing for all Africans is praeducation. Yes, praeducation. Praeducation is education whose practicality empowers children from the age of 5 or 6 to acquire 4 non-negotiable skills for Africa. These skills are visualization and conceptualization of phenomena, ethics, situational analysis and diagnosis, and finally, problem resolution and implementation. Allow me to further say that we have also developed ever more elaborate vocabulary to define the extent to which we are third parties in our own story. And we are helpless in the face of poverty, inequality, and exploitation, which we pathologically surmise to be externally induced. That we have become adept at legitimizing ambushing ourselves and our own resources located on Mother Africa as a sign of protest. That we are protesting against ourselves and our own continent. Yet the materials for the solutions is available to us and has for so many years remained unrecognized because history created a legacy whereby one group of people are responsible for setting the agenda for transforming Africa into a winning continent. Our solutions to the problems, including simple ones, have all taken political significance or require only political leaders to resolve. The African Genius Awards have identified that one of the shortcomings of the continent is that there is an over-reliance on political figures and institutions despite their less than endearing reputation and the fact that political organizations are by definition conflicted and pursue political interest and not social development as a means of survival. There is no such thing as a neutral political organization. The African Genius Awards support the idea of a more plural society where geniuses can be defined in relation to their ability to resolve our damaging problems. That is, failure to anticipate and solve problems, lack of ambition to compete globally by Africans, and our general lack of self-love and protective love for our continent. I never thought that I would witness a day when our beautiful Mama Africa would day and night be hunted and preyed on by Africans. We believe that in order to transform this continent, it is imperative that geniuses, wherever they might be solving our problems, that they gain recognition, as it is they that will bring about the much needed change. A genius then is someone with a demonstrable exceptional ability which has been applied in a way with the potential to significantly and visibly promote problem solving on infrastructure, on economic performance, power utilities, inequality, self-love, health, and other social ills. The nomination process for these geniuses is open to the public, with research being provided on nominees by Plus 94 Research. Audited nominee files are examined and scored by our judges, who include Professors Kupe, Professor Friedman, Drs. Molokwane and Ifedi, as well as Mrs. Fulufelo Nsandeni and Simon Kathua. This year we had a record number of over 60 public nominations. We plan to promote the work of our geniuses and to use it as an inspiration for future generations and young children whom we hope can live in an Africa that is class-leading, has diversity of contributors, and where geniuses are not excluded to the detriment of society. Africa needs to make better use of its resources, and this statement includes its geniuses. I want to call upon everyone hearing this message to accept the call for a more balanced and more diverse society which values competence and exceptional talent. For our part, we will continue to drum up support for this event until Africa, the cradle of humanity, becomes a leading continent. And remember that praeducation, more than education, is the antidote to our pain. I thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Falala. The AGAs have demonstrated an amazing ability to bring together society with business and the academic community. We're excited about these partnerships that will see the future of this continent being driven by a business world that is in touch with academics and an academic world that prides itself in being relevant.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Africa Day. Thank you for joining us for our second African Genius Award ceremony. I am Pulani Molukwani, the chair of the judging panel. My task this evening is to give an overview of the process that end up with the geniuses that we are recognizing today. A worldwide call of nomination is made for individuals or organizations to nominate African geniuses they know. The nominations must and should have testimonials, and those testimonials should be verifiable. This year we saw a number of nominations grow by more than a double of what we received last year, which is a good thing. Once the nominations and the evidence and the portfolio of evidence has been received, the Priority, Performance and Plus 94 research team then checks and verifies all the claims and may request more information if needed. The shortlist is then sent to a panel of judges, our esteemed judges comprising of Professor Tawana Kupe, who is the Vice Chancellor and Principal of University of Pretoria, Mr. Fulufelo Nsandeni, who is the CEO of MHI Advisory, Professor Stephen Friedman, who is the Director of the Center of Democracy at Rhodes University, and Mr. Simon Kathua, who is the Senior Member of the Chatal Business College, and Dr. Rosé Aifedi, who is an Associate Professor at Ashland University, and myself. The candidates then go through a rigorous judgment process and moderation. It is from this process that our awardees are identified. Thank you to the behind-the-scenes research team, our partners, our sponsors, and those who took the time to nominate individuals. Good luck to all the nominees. Know that you are all winners. By virtue of being nominated, there are people there out there who have noticed the exceptional work you are doing. Thank you.
Thank you to the phenomenal McCoy Mkhubata for the beautiful music. Listen, it is indeed a night to celebrate. Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for. I would now like to call Dr. Rosé Ifedi to begin our awarding.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Rosé Ifedi, and I am one of the AGA judges. This year, we received a total of 69 official and public nominations. We would like to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to all who participated. We had an incredibly tough job, as all nominations received were of high quality. The verification research and judging processes whittled down our 69 prospective geniuses to a total of 14 finalists. Finalists are those individuals who automatically qualify to be named in the Outstanding African Achiever Award, which is the category from which African geniuses are selected. So not all outstanding achievers make it to the genius category, obviously. It is a great honor and privilege for me to announce the Outstanding African Achievers for 2022 as follows. Dr. Akiwumi Adesina from Nigeria. Dr. David Moinina Senge from Sierra Leone. Dr. Ngalula Sandrine Mubenga from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Ms. Bethlehem Telahum Alemu from Ethiopia. Mr. Joseph Akili Mbembe from Cameroon. Mr. Calvin Doe from Sierra Leone. Mr. Pauline J. Otonji from Benin. Professor Pielo Lumumba from Kenya. Mr. Nana Kwame Bediako from Ghana. Mr. Ransi C.W. Chidebe from Nigeria. And Mr. Busi Ndakwayo from South Africa. Our African geniuses are individuals who performed above the excellence of our African achievers and qualified to be named as geniuses. So we'll go to that next. Our first African genius for 2022 is Professor Wole Soyinka from Nigeria. Professor Wole Soyinka is a Nigerian playwright, novelist, poet, and essayist in the English language. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1986, becoming Africa's first Nobel laureate in literature. What an outstanding record. A representative of his is joining us via Zoom to accept his award.
Well, they won't take it up exactly the same way. I mean, one thing which I say to the young people is that they've got to define their own methodology, their approach to Nigeria's problems. Even when I formed the political party, which incidentally just backfired on me because I realized they were not about to let me go. And I kept telling them, listen, it's you, this is your party, it's your... But no, they wanted me to stand the election, they wanted me to come and campaign for them, and they wanted to put my picture on posters, and I said, you cannot do that. I'm bowing out.
But I think you really started that political party, and we spoke around that time, more to make a point than to actually be a serious contender, wasn't it?
Not for me to be a serious contender. No. I was never, not either serious or unserious. I was never a contender. But I was distressed, quite frankly, by the recycling of old, jaded material, with very well-heeled, very wealthy material, same old rogues, robbers, who, it was kind of a vicious cycle. they got into office to steal money, which was then used to get them back into office, or they are surrogates, they're clones, and this spiral continued forever. And the young people come to say, come to me and say, what do we do about it? And so I said, okay, there's a kind of movement which we can turn into a party. Let's do that, and you have it.
Yes. Good evening. Yes, good evening. I am Mr. Okasen McAnthony from the Nigeria High Commission here in Pretoria. And it is my honor to be here to receive the African Genius Award on behalf of Professor Wole Soyinka. We all know who Professor Soyinka is. He's a Nobel laureate, the very first African Nobel laureate, the prize winner in literature. So he has done a whole lot of things, positive things, by the way, which the young people in Nigeria and in Africa as a whole look up to. And he has always encouraged young people to take their own destinies in their hand and to always develop their own style. He has done a whole lot, and for us, the younger ones, we are still learning from his works, because even when you read his works, you will learn certain things that we, the younger ones, need to do to make our society better. So I'm very happy this evening that he is getting this award, and above all, that I'm the one to receive this award on his behalf. I'm very happy, and I thank the organizers. I thank all the people who have made it possible for this award to be given to Prof. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Our second African Genius for 2022 is Professor Ngugi wa Thiong'o from Kenya. Professor Ngugi wa Thiong'o is a Kenyan writer who was considered East Africa's leading novelist. His popular Weep Not Child, 1964, was the first major novel in English by an East African. A representative of his is also joining us via Zoom to accept his award.
I wrote a book actually once called Summing Tone and New, which is basically about the politics of memory. And memory is what makes us who we are. Memories of the past, for instance, is what makes us be able to evaluate the present as we plan for tomorrow. Now, one of the most important of memories is simply the memories of who we are, where we come from. You see, our parents, or the region in which I was born, the stories I was told, the language I used, as a child, the language of, say, my parents, the language of my community, and so on. And I think what the colonial process does, or any process of domination, is first of all, the erasure of the memory of the subjugated, right? You literally erase the memory of who they are, their memories of the past, the memory of their being, as a people. So after erasing that memory, you plant another memory, the memory of the colonizer, or the memory of the one who's dominating.
Good evening. evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Noloiso Seheri from Plus 94 Research. On behalf of Professor Ngugi wa Thiong'o, I would like to accept this award and thank the African Genius Awards for this honor. Thank you.
Our third and final African Genius for 2022 is the late Professor Ali Mazrui from Kenya. Professor Ali Mazrui was a Kenyan-born American, academic, professor, and political writer on academic and Islamic studies and North-South relations. He passed away at the age of 81 on the 12th of October, 2014. A representative of his is joining us via Zoom to accept his posthumous award.
In my view, Africa's weakness is mainly due to three things: technological underdevelopment, organizational incompetence, and military impotence. It is aggravated by political instability, social corruption, and the whole crisis of moral ambivalence arising out of the bubbling of the cultural melting pot. Implicit in concepts like Pax Britannica was the assumption that Western powers have special privileges for being armed to the teeth, while at the same time proceeding to disarm the natives. It was readily assumed that Western powers were civilized enough to initiate world wars, but Africans had to be stopped from waging tribal conflicts.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Noloiso Seheri from Plus 94 Research. On behalf of Professor Ali Mazrui's family, I would like to accept this posthumous award and thank the African Genius Awards for this honor. Thank you.
We would like to take this opportunity again to commend every single nominee for their outstanding work. And we encourage you to continue to grow, learn, innovate, develop, research, and support exceptional achievers from the continent. There are no winners or losers tonight. The high standard set by the African continent is assessing itself is the true winner. And Africa's ability to boast of so many gifted individuals bodes well for the future of all her children. Indeed, as has been the theme this year, African geniuses are coming home. Thank you.
I would like to congratulate all who were recipients of awards tonight and also deliver a vote of thanks to the following people. A big thank you to Dr. Rosé Ifedi for delivering the 2022 African Genius Awards. Another big thank you to all our speakers, partners and guests for joining us online. I'd now like to call on Dr. Niraj Mistry, the Deputy Director of Future Africa, to share a few words with us. The facilities in the Future Africa campus include a conference center with breakaway rooms, research commons, a 300-bed facility, and a dining room complex. The campus facilities are an example of sustainable architecture and construction.
As part of the University of Pretoria, the Future Africa Institute and Campus has established a vibrant, collaborative space that provides access to the benefits of interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary research for the leading young minds of tomorrow.
Future Africa has been created at University of Pretoria to respond to a unique requirement of the African development, which is the adequation between research and daily social transformation. Transdisciplinarity means collaboration, and to get collaboration, we need a space to do this interaction.
Our globally sustainable infrastructure and world-class facilities have created a resident scientist scholarly community that works collectively to bring growth and transformation. Through innovative methods, we combine the knowledge of researchers through Pan-African networks that extend beyond disciplines and geopolitical boundaries. The environment we have created thus develops young scientists in transdisciplinary research and science leadership committed to creating an impact in our communities. In aligning with UP's focus on the Sustainable Development Goals, we have based our approach on several themes. These focus on connecting the people of Africa, developing sustainable food systems, ensuring the health and well-being of African communities, empowering individuals through transformative education opportunities, and ensuring equity as well as sustainability in a global Africa. It is Future Africa's unique platform that allows us to continue setting the standard for transforming the world through African research excellence.
Good evening, everyone, and may I extend a special welcome to all our dignitaries present here this evening, as well as to our 24 nominees in this very exciting annual African Genius Awards. Let me start by congratulating each and every nominee. You are the very reason that the concept of these awards came into being, and you have affirmed that what we have known all along, that Africa is absolutely full of geniuses in many shapes and forms and across a wide variety of fields. We are proud of your excellent contribution and hope that you enjoy this time to recognize and reflect on the fruits of your efforts thus far. On behalf of the Future Africa Institute and Campus, may I extend a hearty welcome to all of you. We are honored to be hosting this auspicious event in what has been established as a vibrant, collaborative space. Like the Africa Genius Awards, Future Africa seeks to develop a new narrative for Africa and to promote African pride, identity, and genius through facing up to the challenges confronting us, resolving to own them and addressing them through the wealth of talents we possess. We know that tackling these issues cannot be done alone. We need partnerships. And so we appreciate our collaboration with the Africa Genius Awards. It is clear that together we share a compelling sense of belief that by mobilizing and harnessing our vast collective talents, we can surely respond to the myriad of challenges ahead of us. University of Pretoria's commitment to transdisciplinary research allows us to holistically rethink our role in which we can work together to achieve profound social transformation through equity and environmental sustainability. The emergence of transdisciplinary research approaches, locally and globally, offers a unique opportunity for universities to take the lead in addressing complex challenges that we face. As one of Africa's leading universities, the University of Pretoria is well placed to develop the future researchers and leaders of Africa. The university's size, its wide array of disciplines, and deep international and national connections contribute to its current role as a regional hub for scholars and students from the rest of the continent. It is one of the few universities on the continent that has the capacity, stature, and resources to position and offer this initiative for Africa. Future Africa is one of the platforms of the University of Pretoria, in addition to the Javits Art Center, Engineering 4.0, and Innovation Africa. And these institutes advance transdisciplinary research for societal impact and transformation. The vision is attainable as the demand is real and the possibilities are unlimited to make it happen. The Future Africa Institute works to develop a new generation of leaders who are geniuses through their acumen, passion, and engagement. We do that by connecting researchers from different fields to meet, work together, and exchange ideas to develop new research projects that are specifically aimed at addressing the challenges that hamper transformation towards a prosperous, equitable, and sustainable future for Africa. Future Africa is also about getting better results through partnership, particularly those that lead to strong engagement with society, policy, and business. The intent for such partnerships is to do with others what we cannot do alone, and therefore maintain our relevance and provide leadership. Tonight, we will show how creativity, curiosity, and passion can be promoted to embrace the future with all possibilities from various talents. We look forward to a relationship that extends far beyond just this event and are inspired to follow the progress of many Africans who are, through the Africa Genius Awards, motivated towards superlative performance in their unique field. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an evening. I hope you're all feeling inspired and motivated about the year ahead, and after hearing about all the exciting work from across the African continent. After tonight, we hope you feel inspired to shine your African light wherever you go and in whatever you do. And even though we are still in a pandemic, doing so gives other people the courage to shine their own light as well. It's been an absolute pleasure to host you tonight, and you've been a great audience. Please be safe and good night.